Now let us see how to do addition and subtraction of decimal numbers. How do we do it? If I learn this concept, addition and subtraction of decimal numbers, we can use it with money, measurement, and other concepts also. Let us look at a problem. 14.36. To this, let us add 7.65. We have to add this. Let us see how to add. How do we use representational method? By using a square line notebook. We know how to draw boxes of 9 and add each position and show it here. Here we have 14, that is 110, 4 units, and 3, 6. We don't say 36, it is 14.36. 3 is in the 1/10th place. So 3 of 1/10ths and 100ths, we have 6 of them. This is 14.36. Next number is 7.65. 7, that is 7 units. Point, we have to write 6 of 1/10th and in the 1/10th position we have to write 6 of these and 0.65. So 5 is in 100th position. We have to write it 5 times. 4 and 5. This is 7.65. Now we have to add these two numbers, 14.36 and 7.65. Normally we begin from units place, but here we have less than units. We have to move from right to left. Which is the first number on the right? It is the 100th. If we add this position, it becomes easy to regroup or carry over. Let us first see how to add these two. Let us draw a few more 9-boxed houses to write the sum. We have to write the answer, and hence we need a few more 9-boxed houses. We do not know the answer yet. We have to start from 100th place. How many do we have? Let us count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. But when we say 10, we have to make a bundle. We have only 9 boxes here. So we cannot write more than 9 here. So when we have a bundle of 10, what do I get? It will go to 1/10th position. When I add these, what do I get? I get 1/110th. We have seen this in the concrete stage also. If we add small yellow counters, we get one yellow strip. That strip is 1/10. What remains has to be written here. We have 1 remaining here, 1 by 100, right? Now let us see how much is here. Let us start from the transferred number. We have to begin from the transferred number. Otherwise, we are likely to forget it. That is why 1, 2, I am circling the numbers because it is to show that I have already counted. Otherwise, we may forget to count it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, we cannot write 10 in this box, but we know what to do when we have 10. Make it as a bundle. So, what can we do after bundling it? We can take it to the next place and redistribute. If I have 10 1/10s, what do I get? We have seen it in the concrete stage. 10 yellow strips put together, what do I get? I get 1 unit, a yellow cube. What is yellow cube? A unit. So, I got 1 unit. So, when I add 10 1/10s, I got a unit. Now, let us see how many units are there. I am marking them again. 4 units, 5 units, 6 units, 7 units, 8 units, 9 units, 10 units. So, whenever we get a 10, we make a bundle, right? I make a bundle of 10. What happens to this group? I transfer it to the next place, that is to the place of tens. So, 10 units give me a 10. How many units remain here? 1 unit, 2 units. I will write it here. How many tens are here? Nothing to do with them. So, 1 10, 2 tens. How many tens totally? I am writing what I got here. So, in this box, we have 2. And in the units box, we have 2 point. There is, what do we have here? There is nothing in this box. And there is 1 box here. Which means, if I add these 2, what happens? If I do the same problem in abstract stage, 6 and 5 hundredths, 1 by 100 is 6 here and 5 here. I get 11 1 by 100. I get 11 1 by 100. We cannot write 11 here because maximum is 9. Minimum is 0. When I add 6 and 5, I have 11 1 by 100. What do I do then? I make a bundle of 10 and take it to left. And out of 11, I write 1. 1 1 by 100. When I moved 10 1 by 100, what did I get here? I get 1 1 by 10. We say we have carried over 1, but it is actually 10 100ths becoming 1 1 by 10. I write it here. I have 1 1 by 10. That 1 by 10. Then we have 6 and 3 is 9 and add 1, it is 10. Since that is 10, I bundled it again and brought it here. When I bundled 10 1 by 10s, I got 1 unit. What is left here? Nothing is left here. I would have written if anything was left. Just like I wrote 1 here and carried 1, I carried the bundle of 10 and nothing is left. Hence, it is 0. So, in the units place, 1 unit plus 4, that is 5 units. 5 units plus 7 units, that is 12 units. So, we have 1 bundle of 10 and 2 units. 1 bundle has come here. So, what do we get? 1 bundle of 10. It is not 1, but a bundle of 10. So, 2 units are left here. We have a bundle of 10 and already we have a 10, totally 2 tens. And the point, we got the same answer here as well. What you have to observe here is the process used here, or the language or the vocabulary used in this method. We used the same language in the abstract stage. That is a very important point to be noted by teachers. Now let us look at the earlier problem 14.23 and add 3.42. Here we shall try it without carryover. We can do it with carryover. You have already seen addition with carryover. Let us do it without carryover. Tens, units, 1/10ths and 1/100ths. In the representational stage, I have drawn the square boxes for writing the numbers. This is 14. How do we write it? There is 1/10 and 4 units. After the point, we have 2 1/10ths, 1 by 10. We have 2 of them, and we have 3 1 by 100ths. So this is 14.23. I have written it in the first place value box. Second number is 3.42. So there are 3 in the units. There are 4 in the 1/10ths. 1/10ths, we have 4 of them. And there are 2 in the 1 by 100. So 2 rooms are filled. Now I have to add them up. We understand addition. So we have to join each position. If we did not have decimal point, we would have started from the units. Here we have 2 places after the unit. Which is the least place value? That is 100th. I have to start from 1 by 100 because if we get 10 or more, we have to do redistribution if we get more than 10. So when we add the 100ths, if we get more than 10, I have to carry it forward. Same here, if it is more than 10, I have to carry it forward. Let us see how much we have here. 1, 1 by 100, 2, 1 by 100, 3, 4, 5. If we got 12 here, we would have to bundle it and write 2 here. But What have we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let us write it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 by hundreds. Now, how many 1/10ths are there? We make a marking and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 1/10ths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, if we had more than 10 here, we had to carry over to the units. We had to regroup it or carry over. But now we do not have more than 10. We have only 6 1/10ths. Let us see how many units are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Even here, we do not need carryover. And in tens, we have 1/10. How many boxes are filled? Let us see. Totally, how many boxes are filled? 1 box of 10. 7 boxes in the units. How many are in 1/10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And in 100s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes. So, in this representational stage, the answer we got is 17.65. We shouldn't call it 65, it is 17.65. What if we do it in the abstract stage? 3 of 1 by 100 plus 2 of 1 by 100 is 5 1 by 100. 4 of 1/10ths and 2 of 1/10ths would be 6 1/10ths. 3 units and 4 units would be 7. 1/10, no carryover, 17.65. This is how I used the same language or vocabulary used in the representation stage at the abstract stage as well. I used the same method that I used here. This is what we found when we opened the number. What is found inside the number. But here I have done it in the abstract stage. Let us see how to do a subtraction problem. This is without regrouping. One problem, you can give it to me. 23.54 minus 12.31. Let us solve this problem. For that, 100ths, 1/10ths, units, tens. This number is 23.54. 2 tens, 1, 2, 3 units. 5 1 by 10ths and 4 1 by 100ths. I have left this row empty. If we need to redistribute, regroup and redistribute, we need space to write it. So it is better to keep it always. We never know when we would need the regrouping or not. So it is better to leave room for it. Second number is 12.31. Let us write it here. 12. 12 is 110 and 2 units. 0.31. 31. 3 1/10 and 1 1/100. Now let us draw the box for the answer also. Let us draw the box of 9. 0.31 is to be subtracted from 0.54. Let us look at 1/100. There is 1 here and 1, 2, 3, 4 here. 1 has to be removed. So, how many are left? Let us count that. 1, 2, 3, 1/100s. I shall write that here. I have written it here. How many 1/10s are to be removed? 3 from how much? From 5. What if there were only 2 in the 1/10s place? Then I had to regroup 1 from the units and redistribute, right? That possibility, that necessity is not here. Remove 3 from 5. 1, 2, and 3 are gone. We are done with the 100s and 1/10s are also. After removing 3, how many are left? 1, 2 are left. 1 1/10, 2 1/10. Similarly, how many units? We have to remove 2 units from 3. 1 unit, 2 units. How many are left? 1 unit. Let us write it here. Similarly, what do we have in the 10th place? Only 1. We had 2 tens and we removed 1 from it. How many tens are left? Just 1 10 is left. Let us write it here. We can write anywhere in this box. Now, when we subtract 12.31 from 23.54, how do we see what we got? What remains here is the difference. How many tens are there? 1 room. That means 1. There is 1 unit here. Point is here. We have 2 1/10s. And in 100s, we have 3 here. So, if you remove 12.31 from 23.54, the difference is 11.23. If we solve it in the abstract way, this is 1/100. This is 1/10. This is unit and this is 10. If we subtract 100s from 4 100s, we get 3. Remove 3 1/10s from 5 1/10s, we get 2. Remove 2 units from 3 units, we get 1. And if we remove 1/10 from 2, it is 1/10. So the answer is 11.23. We need to use the same vocabulary as we did in the representational stage, the same language. So we have seen here the addition and subtraction of decimal numbers. we have seen how to do it